Hello student! Today we're gonna talk about diffusion. So first of all, what is diffusion? By definition, diffusion means that the spontaneous net movement of particles sounds their concentration gradient. The word spontaneous in this context means that this process does not require any additional energy. But what does the down the concentration gradient means? Let us look at this scenario. A drop of ink is being added to this glass of water. What do you observe? How would you describe it? I would say the ink droplet in the glass diffused into the water. When time goes by, the ink particles move further away from their original position. The area with the water with purple color increase. This experiment implies that the ink particles move from the part of water with higher concentration of ink to the part of water with lower concentration of ink. In the experiment, we can see diffusion happens down the concentration gradient. It is very easy for us to observe which part of the water have a higher concentration of ink, because the opacity of the ink can indicate the concentration of the ink particles. We can say that there is a net movement of ink particles diffusing from higher concentration to lower concentration, which means down the concentration gradient. But what does it mean by the net movement of particles? Because during diffusion, particles are moving randomly in all directions when they collide with each other. Therefore, when we say net movement, it indicates that there are more particles moving down the concentration gradient than those accidentally went up the concentration gradient. So what happens when diffusion continues to happen? Particles will continue to move around randomly, and they tend to distribute evenly after some time, which results in the indifference in concentration gradient. So what happens when the concentrations are the same and no longer different? Now we can see that the ink particles are distributed evenly in the water, and the arrow indicates that they are still moving around randomly. However, is diffusion still happening? Is diffusion still happening when there is no difference to the concentration gradient? Which one is the correct answer to this question? Yes or no? The answer is no. Did you get the answer correct? How did you come to the conclusion?
Created using Powtoon.